Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. We're currently looking at our fuel pickup location in Silverdale, and we can see it started to get a little bit of supplies just left sitting there. So what we're going to do is get a second truck for that line, just to help it out a little bit. So the rate in Silverdale, 111, but we're not producing anywhere near that amount yet. So we're just going to leave our two trucks now working this line. And hopefully between the two of them, they will keep that nice and empty. We've got our ships working, rate 129. So they should be doing okay. Another ship would be nice. Got one coming back. We've got them spaced out now a bit though, which is always wonderful. Down here. Yeah, once we get these transported, this is going to level up, which will let us move more things along that shipping line. That is exactly what we want, because it will mean this will level up. But at the moment, we're not keeping oil up to this. I'm just going to put on fast forward so we go through time quicker, because one of our biggest issues is that we are cash constrained. So our oil train here, moving 180, so it's just taken 180. It's still just about to overload the platform again. We just can't keep up with the rate that this is sending. Sending at rate 400, our train only transports at rate 350. So we just can't get the oil down here quick enough. We can keep editing this to keep adding, which one is it? This one? Adding more. Oh, see, we're too slow because we're so cash constrained. We can't afford this immediately. Gotta wait for the ship to pull in by quickly. Maybe we'll get a second one. And we'll color them all black again. Now the thing we have to be concerned about is that this has to be able to get up that hill. And that won't be easy for it to do. But now, with more capacity, it's almost up to 400. You could almost move all the oil that this produces. So it's going down to 150. So hopefully that will help out this area here. And we're over capacity on our fuel here. So let's get some more trucks in here. Our oil is working nicely, so it just ran out. Our train is on the way back. We can't keep up with the amount that this needs, which is unfortunate, but it just is what we can do at the moment. Our little trucks here doing their best. So 67 is still over capacity. Let's in here put some additional storage. So each of those large ones hold 75 items, the small one 25. So we've now got a whole bunch of additional storage capacity so that we can manage when a ship arrives. Look at all these trains that we just got. Some new trucks as well. A whole bunch of stuff. Cool. Now while we're working here, we did still want to upgrade the roads in our city here. And let's see if we can't just give a little bit of priority to the roads that we want. So up there, we don't care about that one. We do care about those and this down here. Now can we demolish? We can't even demolish. Which isn't great. Some of these are expensive to demolish, wow. There we go, now we can get some of them. Don't want that section. We don't want that section. Just to reduce the number of trucks that intersections that are on our truck route. Because we can't afford to upgrade the road at all. Can we get any of these? 200,000 for that tiny section. 1,170,000. That's so expensive. That one covers. We're driving it both ways, so it's a bit better. Oh, this thing just like, okay, I want all the things now. We're still working on fuel. Now, it would be nice if this guy over here, so we're almost leveled up, or almost about to transport everything, there we go. Now this will level up and increase the amount that we need along our supply line here. So this will want more oil, meaning we'll produce more fuel, meaning our ship line will get used more, meaning that we'll need to create more oil here. This will level up, meaning we need more crude over here. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to add a little truck line, probably a truck line, down to here, just to transport everything up to this location. And then this train will keep doing its thing. But is there another place that wants fuel? There is. It's over here. So, even though I'd like to pause, we won't. So we want large. Now where can we put our dock? If we put our dock over here, we don't cover all of the area, but we do cover a lot of the area that wants fuel. So we can do that there. And at this port we've only got one port. Let's put a... Oh, we can't afford this one now. Fair enough. Have to wait for some more deliveries. We can... this is a rail line. And this is a ship line. Let's fill those in. And then we've got a ship line. Silverton to... what was the name of that other place? Castle Point. Castle Point fuel. Let's go dark orange maybe. And we're going from there to there. Now we can add a dock on there. And where is our shipbuilding place? Am I just being blind and can't see it? Oh, it's way down here. I don't really want to build it down there, since we're going to need it up here. And it is 50,000 to make a new one. So let's do that instead. Let's put it the right way in the water. Oh good, we're out of money again. So hopefully once we get to... so this is still building up ever so slightly. Once we get two lines running, we won't be so like spiky. It'll be a little more evened out over time. But for now, it is kind of what it is. See, this guy arrives, bam, 1.5 million. Let's pause so that we can just do this bit. You go there. We want a large oil ship. They're $1 million. Small oil ship. It's also $1 million. Okay, we can't afford anything. Gotta just keep letting it go. What we might do is I'll just leave this run for a while, and then we'll come back in a bit. Once we've accumulated some money. Here we go, we're up to $1 million now. There's $1,083,000. Yeah, I'll just leave this run for a while and accumulate some money, and we'll see what happens in the meantime, and we can talk about it when we're back, which for you will be straight away, but for me will be in a bit. Hi everyone, welcome back. You'll see that we don't have much money, but we did do a bit of infrastructure whilst we were away. So our ship over here to Castle Point is now operational. Not sending much, but it is working. We started getting some deliveries now. We also, over here, got our truck line from the oil well up to the train station just to transfer. It's massively overcrowded. It's not doing anything much, but it will give a little bit more oil in theory. This train, however, is always packed to begin with, so it's not going to do much, but it's there for the future. Down here on our truck line, we added way more trucks, simply because we were just not shifting enough, what do you call it? Not shifting enough oil. We can't afford to upgrade them to the Opal Blitz, that's $1 million, but when we can, it will give us a bit more capacity, allow us to shift a bit more. We added one more ship on our long line across the sea, and our rate is up to 170. However, our fuel over here wants 300. And whilst we were going through there, through that time lapse, we didn't level up once, we leveled up twice. Through the addition of Castle Point over there. So that's good, but we're just not getting enough oil moved across the map now, which is something that we will need to do. We will need to increase our ship line there. Now this trucks now. We can replace these with the opals. So they'll move a bit more oil into Silverdale. We also upgraded some more sections of road along here. Just to help it out a little bit. So at 1.3 million, on this long line, we can add another ship, because they're just over $1 million each. And that will, so rate 200, hopefully help us to get more oil moving. I don't know which port it's going to spawn from, this one it seems. But that will be great to just get more of our oil here moved out. We can't make much though, is our next problem, because we're limited by this train. It is packed, and to replace it, I don't know, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 204 capacity with 12. What is that? 17? Yeah, it's so 8.5 million plus whatever the locomotive is. So we're talking $10 million to get a second train on this line here. So I'm just going to let it run for a bit. Let's sit down here and look back over our city. Whilst we wait to, again, accumulate a bit of money. So it took a while, but we're up to around 6 million now. Whilst that was happening, we did just do a little cleanup. We had too many trucks on this fuel line now that they'd been upgraded, so I just sold a couple of those so that we don't have as much just sitting there getting wasted. We added another ship onto our oil line. Maybe that was before, I don't remember. But we did that. And whilst we were doing this, I was also planning out our next logistics line. So over here at the grain, because this is, I think, where we're going to start. We're going to take grain from here into this food processing plant, because that will be a relatively cheap thing to do, just a little truck across there, and it will let us get this line going quickly to begin with. Then from here we're going to have another truck line that brings you out to somewhere near this port over here. We'll have to rejig this a bit, but we can do that, which will bring you all the way over to here in Castle Point. Now I can hear you saying, well, Castle Point doesn't take food, and you would be completely correct. But just up the hill is Hastings, which does take food, and that's going to be the destination that we're aiming for. So our plan for doing that is we'll extend our port here a bit. We were going to build up this end. These guys are going to lose their houses, sorry. And then our truck will just go around the city and up the hill. That's the plan. So first off, let's come down here. So we're so close to 10 million. I kind of just want to wait to be able to clone this guy. It can't be far off. And once he's cloned, we'll be able to move much more oil from here. So we get much more oil into here. And the entire line should just pick up a bit. So 11 million. Let's pause. Clone. We can't afford it with 11 million. Maths before must have been pretty bad. It can't be too far off. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to wait a bit longer. But over here, we'll have a pickup depot, a pick up and drop off here, and then just a drop off down here. That is our plan. We're gonna just plop you in here like so. We might actually, before we start, upgrade this road. So that it's less slow for us to get out here. And we can do something that I like to do, is put a little turnaround spot here. So you can go there. So now you can get out to the port. Wonderful. We've got this here. Let's set this bad boy up. We want an exit, an entrance. I think that's all we'll do for now. We'll connect these little roads up. And over here, we want to do the same thing. So now we've got 2 platforms. Actually, let's just say 1 platform. Why do I just keep like accidentally getting the wrong key? Let's put you there. And over here, let's put a little drop-off spot. That way they can't interfere with each other. It's unlikely that they probably would, but now the lines are completely separate, not overlapping. They can't have a chance. This place is Masterton. Grain to food. We'll go yellow. And then a second one, which is Masterton food to ship. You can go darker yellow. So there to there. Then we just need some vehicles on our roads here. So we might, on this little side road here, put a guy there. Now we're shifting grain. So you take these things, but only 10. This is only 8. 12 all cargo. 14 grain. We're up to 12 million. Let's pause and see if we can clone this train yet. We could. Okay, so now we should have a lot more oil getting moved along here. Which means on this line, so 2 trucks do 74, and we need to get 400. That's 4.5 times this amount. So if we say 9, we can't afford that many. Okay, well, we got 6. And let's see how these guys go at shifting all this oil up here. Our first train going down is empty for... Why did you just like drive past here? Doesn't make any... Or possibly because we've got it on the wrong platform. You know what? Fair enough. Down here we were buying our grain trucks. It was this guy. They're 250,000 as well. We got one. Bright yellow. And that grain to food line. So that will get that started. We need to, before we get anything on this side going, is get our ports reconfigured. So we'll have to pause for that. And we can't, can we just delete the, we can't just delete the platform, we have to delete the entire dock. Okay, that's bad. Because now we can't afford to rebuild it. That is really bad. Okay, pause. Why are you 500,000 now? Okay, let's check our oil. It's still coming back in. Good. That could have been bad. But our ships are all going again. Looks like we lost a lot of money this year just because we bought a $12 million train. Rate 700. And our trucks rate 200. Yeah, so I think we need double what we've got now, which is not what we estimated before. But it's something. Okay, cool. So our train line here should now be making less per year. Well, because we haven't finished this this half of the year. And we only bought the train this half, so it would make sense for it to not be too much more. We're expecting twice as much income, but also twice as much expenses. So expenses are going up, income going up, that's good. So over here in Castle Point, we will need a truck stop. Let's put it like here to give us some space. I will say entrance, get rid of you, exit, and then we can just say one lane coming in and one lane going up to there. Wonderful. And then up in Hastings, we want a drop-off point. Let's go there and define those two lines. This is a truck line, Castle Point to Hastings food delivery. We'll go yellow, so there to there. And then we need our cross C line, so Masterton to Castle Point food transfer. What's a transfer? Transfer. Again, we'll go yellow, going from there to there. So they're gonna have to share ports for the time being. We can probably adjust this one. Particularly because we don't really want to get in the way of our oil. And not much is happening up here. Okay, so our truck depot over here is over there. We'll look over here. That's not a great route. We want to move food. So we're going to need to take this one for food. Bright yellow on our food delivery. And can we encourage these guys down this side of town? We don't want that bit. And we want to say we own these sections. So it still doesn't want to go the way that we want. So boop. There we go. Oh We might just need to keep an eye on that. So we've got one truck over there. He'll turn up eventually. Let's get the same truck over here. Oh, hit with an autosave. Anytime now. Dark yellow on the food to ship line. And then I've just paused it. So that at our shipyard down here, we want to, you take food by one of those yellow food line. Press play. So now, once we get some grain in here, this has started working out, it has to ship to Hastings, which is a wonderful outcome. All these new things that we've got. So we've got our food line working. We certainly don't have enough trucks on here. Did we get any bigger and better ones? So this one is slightly better. Let's replace him. Can we afford a second one? We can. So those two, it says, has a rate 101. So we should just need 4 trucks on there to keep this grain factory happy. And then we're going to be outputting food. We're not going to worry about that yet. Oh, we've already got some food out here. Gee, that was fast. And you're going the other way. We want you to come down to this end first. They'll turn around eventually. And there's a lot of oil there. That is not a very high rate. Why have you slowed down so much? And we have to look over here. So these guys, there is a new truck type. Replace them. And let's get 3 more and see how they go. With shifting all this oil up to the station here. Because it looks like we're just not getting enough oil up here. So whilst we were in the last time lapse, you'll have also seen me looking like along here. So I think that we want to get an oil transfer line happening. It will eventually come up to here, and then probably eventually up to here, but I expect it will just follow this road. Across here, we'll join this platform, we'll make it a bit bigger, and then down here past this one over the sea to here. How we'll get around to this side, I don't know, but it could be cool when we get there. Just to shift all of our oil over to this location here. And then we'll go from there down here through this oil refinery, which is nearly maxed out. So maybe we won't go through that oil refinery. We'll find another oil refinery. So the other oil refineries are over here somewhere. Yeah, Gladstone up there and Masterton down here. So what I expect we'll do is put our oil on the ship, bring it down here, refine it, turn it into from crude into oil. We might try and send it here if we can. Otherwise, that refined oil will go back to here. So I'm not sure, maybe we won't connect it up with this line. We might just so they share, and bring it down to here. Then we've got a second fuel production location. And with that, we'll be able to get more fuel out and about. So yeah, there's a lot of oil sitting on here. Manage vehicles. Just get more ships on there. So we'll see next time how that goes. How you're not bringing anything back. I think when we were adjusting the station, we broke it a little bit. So you're okay with food. We need to get more out there though. We can put this. Oh, that's the same truck. Oh, and we can't afford it. Of course. Of course we can't afford it. How much are they? 200,000. I guess we're gonna need to just build up a few more supplies. So that was the year we bought the train. And then, yeah, we had big investments the last couple of years. We just have to keep that in mind. We've got almost $1 million now. You can get some more of those on there. 144. This only has 100. That's too many. So 115. So each is just under 30. That means we need 4. That'll do. That will do. So we'll get more food out here to our port. And more food out to the port means more food getting sent over here. And more food getting sent over here. Will mean that the entire line does a bit better. Okay, so we're going to upgrade this to country. And that bit there. And we're going to tell the game we own these sections. You don't get to build. That bit can stay there, I don't care. There's a lot of people trying to get out. So what we might do is just up here, give them another route to try and get them off of this main road that we built. And we'll see how that goes. In Castle Point, got a few going up to Hastings. Maybe we need to start worrying about our public transport in some of these connected locations. Silverton doesn't go anywhere. You can only get to Silverton. This shippy boy isn't even keeping up with everything. Give him a friend as well. Which will mean this port is going to get busier. We can't afford it. Hello, Mr. Truck. You're doing the best you can, given the circumstances. I mean, this road is nice and long, but because there's no intersections, everything just flows really smoothly. Can Can we do anything up this end to help it out a bit? 500,000. Yeah, those are pretty expensive, given we haven't got much money on hand. Oh, it just goes there and turns around. That makes sense. It probably needs a bypass around the city up to here, so that everything isn't going through the residential areas. We haven't got the money on hand for that. Where's our yellow truck? He's up here. Just pulling into the city. He hasn't got anything to deliver, but he's doing the best he can. Oh my goodness, what are we looking at? Let's just sit on the roof. There's a bit of traffic down this main road. Hopefully we can upgrade it soon enough, and we'll afford to upgrade it anyway. Thank you very much everyone for stopping by today. I do hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, do consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel. It does help out a lot. When we come back next time, we will be looking at, again, probably a time lapse, just so that we can accumulate some more funds to do stuff and keep expanding our industries. Thanks everyone. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.